Ladies and gentlemen, before starting my speech, I have to make an important remark. I am not going to speak as a member of Monetary Policy Council or representing the point of view of the National Bank of Poland. I'm going to present my personal opinion, an opinion of an economist who works as a member of the Monetary Policy Council. By the way, this Monetary Policy Council is approaching the end of its term. We will be working in the same composition of people for the remaining 3 months only. Now coming to the subject. I said I'm speaking as an economist. As an economist, I'm deeply convinced that in the long term, adopting euro is beneficial for Poland. It was confirmed very clearly by both reports prepared by the National Bank of Poland 5 years ago and last year, and I would say there is no doubt that with euro, Polish economy could develop in a more dynamic and at the same time more balanced way. I would say adopting euro is also very important from the point of view of building a stronger anchor between Poland and the united body of Europe. I would say adopting euro in some sense is the final fulfillment of the process of integration. So, saying that, I do not have any doubt we should go towards euro. We should try to have this currency in our pockets. Having this clear goal, I should think about the reference points which help to clarify the path towards euro. And from this point of view, I consider very important declaration, remarks, comments, which I could hear recently from European partners. It was clearly said during the National Bank of Poland conference in June this year, but recently, attending a panel in economic forum in Krynica, I've got opportunity to talk to Mr. Dariusz, director from the European Commission, who is responsible for euro area. And all these representatives of European partners say very clearly that those who are interested in having euro should fulfill the criteria from Maastricht. There is no political will and there is no clear economic concept of changing the criteria. So I'm between two fundamental reference points. I see euro as beneficial for Polish economy. I want to have euro in Poland. And on the second hand, I see the criteria and the need to fulfill them. So from this point of view, I have, in my opinion, to focus on a strategy leading towards fulfillment of the criteria. I must say from some time I'm not very impressed with exchange of opinions concerning exact date of entering ERM2 or exact date of adopting euro. Because in the very dynamic environment, it is quite difficult to fix this date. I would say, from my point of view, it is much more important to focus on strategies leading towards fulfillment of the criteria. And obviously, in the world of financial and economic turbulences, this path towards fulfillment of criteria is more difficult than it used to be a few years ago. Minister Rostovsky mentioned 20 countries under excessive deficit procedure, but excessive deficit procedure means the situation when we do not fulfill the criteria. So once the procedure is imposed, we should focus on thinking how to get back to the normal situation. It means to the deficit below 3%. It's the difficult task of Professor Rostovsky and his team. It's also the very difficult task for the next Monetary Policy Council, because at the moment, the gap between the Maastricht criterion, probably 1.7% in inflation, and HICP inflation in Poland, 4%, the gap is over 2%. And according to my estimations, the situation will deteriorate in the next 2-3 quarters. Maybe by mid-2010, the relationship will start to improve again. It is not due to the exceptionally high inflation in Poland. It is due to exceptionally low inflation in Europe. But anyway, it is also the indirect outcome of financial market and economy turbulences in the recent past. There is also one more element very important in this puzzle. This element is the legal framework of adopting euro in Poland. To adopt euro, we have to change our constitution, we have to change the law on National Bank of Poland, and we have to change the law of bank deposits guarantee fund. So at least 3 laws, including constitution, have to be adopted before we adopt euro. And again, it is a task to be accomplished. Without accomplishing this task, we can't think seriously about having a European currency in Poland. So, trying to summarize, I would say, at the moment, it seems incredibly important to create clear strategies for all the bodies which are responsible for fulfillment of the criteria. With these clear strategies, we will be able to go ahead, and only on this way ahead, on this way towards fulfillment of the criteria, it will be possible at certain moment to choose the proper moment for entering ERM2 and to think about limit this time in ERM2 to the possibly short period. I think that with all this uncertainty we have around us, it is difficult today to say that it will be exactly 2 years, which seems the most positive way. But I limit myself to saying to make this period as short as possible, maybe a little bit longer than 2 years. It depends on what the situation will allow in the future. And this future is today less known as it used to be. Well, I think it is easy to say that, create strategies, concentrate on them, use them as a tool towards making a path towards euro adoption, but I would say from my point of view, at the moment, it's the only realistic way. Thank you very much for your attention.